Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. In the last episode we finished off the last part of our Chapter 4 season journey and we're starting on the Slayer objectives. If I just bring them up, we need to do a level 70 Nephilim Rift on Torment 5 or higher. We should be able to move up to Torment 5 without getting any more of our defensive items in place. So I think we'll do that now. And we're going to just test and see how this goes. We're going to be running rifts this episode, just do a couple of them. We do have a couple of Greater Rift Keystones, but we don't want to do them straight. In fact, let's start with the Greater Rift. So we've done level 20. We can actually just move straight up to 22. We'll empower it as well. We can work on our gems, and hopefully we'll get reasonable loot out of this. And not die. Not dying is more important than anything else. Although with setting everything on fire, we should find our survivability does increase. But man, I really need her clashes binding. Let's grab this just for sanity's sake. So that shield pylon, obviously, going to be providing some much needed life support. I say much needed. Not really much needed, but we still have to be careful. Unfortunately, my brother died the other day. He's lost a second character this season. I believe he's already in the process of leveling up another one, so we shouldn't have too much trouble when we move back to running co-op. But man, yeah, all it takes is a disconnect, a little bit of bad luck, and bang. Or not paying attention, that's like the other easy way to die. So our shield pylon is about to run out, and we need to start paying attention again. And as soon as the elites burn, everything takes so much more damage. And this is why the problem that we're going to face is going to be our survivability, not our killability. Our killability is probably fine all the way up to Torment 10 at the moment. But we need our defensive items. And also, I'd like to make clashes binding just so we can actually keep our progress nice and fast as we're moving through drifts and things. Now we do have the extra cheat death from Firebird set, so we can play a little bit more recklessly than I would normally want to. But that doesn't mean we can be foolish. It still takes a minute for that cheat death to reset, and the Wizard's cheat death that follows on from it is not amazing. So with some bad luck, you could very easily get yourself killed. Ooh, cool, nice packs. Get them going. These guys have a lot of health, but they don't count as elites, of course. Yeah, and overall, I'd say we're in pretty good condition. Good amount of potential crowd control. Good amount of power behind us. I just can't wait until we actually get more of our kits. At the moment we are still using the Ring of Raw Grandeur, so we could actually drop off one piece of the Firebird set if we wanted. But at this point, it's probably not worth it because we don't have anything else to substitute in. But you could do a small crossover variant with another set, like maybe Towels, get more meteors falling down every time you cause elemental damage. Which would be hilarious, but ultimately ultimately you'd end up gimping one or both builds in order to do that. And I think it's very good that they've been designed in that way. You know, for lower torment levels, it would be an interesting thing to try, but you just won't get the final push that you need for the higher difficulty levels doing that. Power pylon, brilliant. Not brilliant is the shielding. Put that together. It's just so much damage when it goes off. Watch the damage numbers for the next elite. You'll see what I mean. I can probably see it on the Rift Guardian because they will go very quickly. As soon as we meet them, of course. Floating debris. Only I had something to knock it out of my way. Now we're doing a couple more bits and bobs. It won't take much longer now. 99. There we go. Alright, let's stand in this. Get the most damage we can. Bang! Wow, so fast. We're just like, gone. Ooh, we got a belt. And the Gem of Ease. Well, the Gem of Ease is awesome.
Let's see the gem.
And that looks like another Sash of Knives. It is. It's slightly better. For varying definitions of better than our current one. But it's not massively great. So at the moment we're using the Bane of the Trapped. We're going to keep pushing that up. Because if we can get it to 25, then that at least will give us an additional benefit.
I need to go back.
The Gem of Ease would be an interesting one. I could put it in and start using it right now.
My old masters could see me now.
Yeah, try and get a little bit of benefit. But I think the increased kill speed from that critical hit damage is going to be more benefit overall. Okay. We have a spare Sash of Knives. We can sandwich this one up. Yeah, we've only got 13 Death Breaths. After we've run the other Greater Rift, it'll probably be worth our while having a look into farming out some of those, whether it's just running regular Rifts or not. 107 Blood Shards. We'll wait until we've done the second run through here before we go for that. Let's push it up to... Yeah, we'll keep it on 23 because we still don't have our defensive stuff properly. And the last thing I want is to overstretch when there's a lot of ranged nasties. Ow! Well, there is a lot of ranged nasties, alright. A lot of ranged nasties and knockback and all kinds of other stuff. This is probably going to be our limit. And generally speaking, they're not too bad, but it's when there's so many ranged attacks coming in such a small pace of time, and you're like, oh, I can't do anything about this. We do want to make progress, so let's make sure we are forwards where we can be. Keeping just ahead of time. I'm not actually worried about the time we complete this in, as long as we just complete it. You'll get some good bits, you'll get some bad bits. There's no two ways around that. You just have to make the best of the situations as you can. And sometimes you'll get massive guys like that that you can just blow up. All the purple orbs, right? Well, we're done in this bit. Let's head up there. Right. Much better area. And much nicer mobs by the looks of it. Had just a fraction of a second to set one of them on fire there. Nice slow moving skeletons and occasional like crawling things. Call it a nice, easy introduction to Great Rifts. Right, we get you on fire. Yeah, and that just like kills everything else. So powerful. Wait, I see a little silhouette of a channeling pylon. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the burn dango? So powerful. It is by far one of the most fun builds.
Need more time.
Just thematically, I love the idea that, you know, the more stuff burns, the more everything burns. Could have grabbed that power pylon first. Well, a little bit late now. Give me those orbs. Don't run away with them. That way. So potentially down here then. Yeah, once we were away from those little flying poison spaces, things have gotten a lot easier in this. But still, I'd be reluctant to push much beyond this level until we have some form of mitigation in place. Whether it's you know, direct elemental damage reduction or just more Garrigan levels. Either way, survivability is going to be our watch point. I was going to say, we've got all the minions. Where's the boss? Hiding off the side. Right, that'll do. Let's put this point in. That's going in resist all. Still a lot that we can do with that, and that's one of the reasons why I was thinking the Gem of Eve might be a not terrible plan.
If only they could see me now.
I suspect we'll get a good amount of experience from cashing this in anyway.
Not ready yet.
Let's have a look down this way. I think this is more likely for us. Oh, give me all that lovely life on hit. Oh, yes. So at the moment where things are getting close to us and they're hitting us, they're increasing our defense, which is good. But eventually they're going to be triggering Frost Novas, which will freeze more things around us, which will increase our defense even further with the 18 part of defenders. At the moment we're only getting crystallized anything. So we're not even getting the braces. Unstoppable indeed. How are we doing? Which braces are we using at the moment? Oh, we are using the Ancient Pathos. Okay. So there is a little bit of benefit coming for us, even though they are low level ones. We do want better ones of those. Shield Pylon. Probably don't need it for the Rift Guardian. The Rift Guardian's going to die very quickly. Okay, let's see how fast this is. 2. About 3 seconds. Right, we got shoulders and a ring and Taguk out of that. That's a very nice group of items. We'll carry on putting into Bane of the Trapped. 3, that's not bad, that's not bad. It could have been a lot worse. And the Compass Rose, well that is actually really good for us. It's one of the items that we wanted. We will want to re-roll to get a socket in it, but I could swap that over for the Ring of Raw Grandeur and not lose a great deal. So, okay, let's go to Miriam and see what can we swap over for a socket. We can swap over movement speed. That's good. Movement speed isn't that important to us. So we'll try and get ourselves. There we go. Get ourselves a socket. We'll put it on now. So we're losing. In fact, no, we're not losing anything from it. Oh no, yeah, we're losing 1.6% toughness, but we're gaining damage, which is great. And that gives us the flexibility to put on the Traveler's Pledge when we get it. Now, these shoulders are much better. Not quite as much resource cost reduction. But overall, we're not using Blizzard, so they have better abilities on them. We'll keep that so that we can... Oh, that was a mistake. So we can potentially re-roll them later if we wanted to. This Ring of Raw Grandeur, what are we going to do with this? I don't want to wear it instead of Pandemonium Loop, but it does have a socket in it, so we could get... losing 14% toughness is a lot, though. It really is. No, we'll keep it out. So we've already got one there ready to go, so this can be salvaged up. This Compass Rose we'll keep as a spare to re-roll. Yeah, we'd gain toughness but lose damage. It's not a very good one. But then again, it is level 68 rather than level 70, and that's the reason why we've got it in there rather than actually playing with it. Taguk, you can go over here. In fact, where was that? Esoteric Alteration needs to go down here. Esoteric Alteration is one of the gems that I was thinking about. It depends on how tanky we end up getting towards the end. Boon of the Hoarder, that can come down here. What I'm doing is I'm looking for ones with maximum ranks so I don't end up accidentally pumping them. Keep them right near the bottom and they show up last in sorry, not Kadala's, in Urshi's list. Let's salvage up our various bits. 216 shards. So let's ask for some belts.
Don't forget, luck always changes.
Why am I not surprised? Totally not surprised. Okay, and let's go into a regular rift.
Enemies of the Nephilim.
It's some leaping, jumping dudes. And some more leaping, jumping dudes who are going to die much faster. Conduit Pylon, brilliant. Let's Conduit Pylon with nothing around. It's like the worst time to get a Conduit Pylon.
More time.
Wow, I mean, there's literally no one in here. It's absolutely terrible. Well, we'll get back to regular killing of things then. These do have enough health to get set on fire. Just a little bit, but overall they are dying well. There's a lot of them as well. It does make me think, you know, just for pure leveling, heading down and fighting hordes and hordes of Casma around the Key Warden is not a terrible plan. They're reasonably predictable. They don't do too much damage, and there's loads of them. Oh, wow. Now that makes me happy. And chance to immobilize on hit. So the Ancient Path and Defenders is enemies that stun. I don't think that counts as immobilized. It does count as frozen, I know that. And an amulet. What are we getting? Ooh, Haunt of Axo. I do quite like the Haunt of Axo. It's going to be worse than our current thing, but it might be worth us putting that in the queue, actually. Until we have something better. Because Shadow Cleansing is fun.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
All these bits in order to keep our material stocks nice and high as we go along. And what have we got? Oh, cool. Like, a bunch of vultures made it down into the caverns. That's just like unfortunate. Hopping along, keeping their wings nice and low. Right, with a shield pylon we can move around quickly with reckless abandon. Try and find a nice pack to focus on. There we go, Death Stress. That is what we need. We need so many of them. I mean, in order to get more Death Stress, it would be tempting to put Nemesis braces on. And then, you know, just focus on the extra elites that you get from all the pylons and shrines. Oh my word. The random number generator is in love with me at the moment. Which helmet's this? It's the Shrouded Mask. So, Delcis Magnum Opus is interesting. I've done it before. It was actually quite fun when I did run it, but it doesn't really integrate well with anything else, I don't think. Because slow time as an idea, it really focuses around that and then arcane ore, whereas the others are all like, oh, we're focusing on elemental, or oh, we're focusing on elemental, or you know, just blowing stuff up in armor. I would like to see like another set based around more of the support things. So slow time I consider to be a support skill. It's not supposed to be offensive in itself. But that set makes it very worthwhile. Okay, we're up to 70% through the rift at the moment. This area is better than the previous one. Mobs we're going up against, so hopefully it won't be massive long before we see the Rift Guardian. Back up just a little bit while we get some awesomeness in there. This Garrigan point into attack speed. And when it's like super quiet, there's no reason not to just tap it in. More fire chain shielding dudes. There we go. Hot like a spot. Right, there was 2 in there, so that's 2 more death breaths for us.
Didn't see that coming, did you? The Rift Guardian is here.
Okay, let's not overcommit. Serathon. And he's gone. 2 Greater of Keystones, that is really nice. Ah, get out my way, you little annoying things. I'm trying to pick up my loot. And Amberwing. Well, we'll grab this. We may as well open this last resplendent chest while we're here, just in case. Because, you know, if the RNG loves us, let's take full advantage of that. And that, I think, will do for this rift. And it was chainmail that we got. Well, I don't really care about chainmail. No one cares about chainmail. Okay, so that's actually part of the Slayer objectives ticked off. Let's salvage up our stuff and we'll see what we actually got that's worth paying attention to. So the Haunt of Vaxo, chainmail. Yeah, the Shrouded Mask is interesting, and some spare boots. We've already got boots, so I'm actually going to just salvage these ones up. Do we have a chainmail? Yes, we do, so that can just get salvaged up, and that means that can go over there. Haunt of Vaxo, you can go in here, and eventually we're going to have to start going through and salvaging these, putting them in the cube, etc, etc. But for the moment they can stay where they are. Alright, we've probably got time for one more, so let's do another Greater Rift. And we'll put it up to 24. As long as it's a good area, it'll be fine. If it's a bad area, it won't be. At the moment, it's a bit of a boring area, actually. So we've got some vomiting ladies up this way. They've already done their stuff and died for their sins. The rats die for. I'm putting it up a little bit more in the difficulty. It won't make it that much more dangerous for us, but it will increase our experience. So definitely worth it. Just got to, you know, be careful about these things. Don't overstretch. Especially when you could end up with somewhere that spits poison darts at you. So much damage. Definitely get you taken care of as well. Now, before we had that slight problem where we ended up triggering a death, if you remember, on our Chapter 4 objectives. Turns out the dervishes can reflect Arcane Torrent back at us, so we can set ourselves on fire. We have to be very careful for that, because not only can we set ourselves on fire, but also it suffers from friendly fire, so we can set Greg on fire as well. And I would... Firstly, I'd hate for him to kill us with one of his impeccals. That would suck. But I'd also hate for him to lose a third character in an incredibly hilarious manner. I know losing one character at the start, that wasn't like too much of a setback. Losing another one due to a disconnect, it's a real shame, but it's a reminder of like why hardcore is dangerous. You know, sometimes all it takes is a disconnect or desync, and there's nothing more you can do. But if he died because I wasn't watching where I was shooting, I would actually feel legitimately bad about that.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Now, one of the other things about that is you end up dealing fire damage to yourself. It will burn until you die, so it's very hard to protect yourself from death. But there is that amulet that heals you when you take fire damage. So one survivability technique is to find dervishes, set yourself on fire while wearing that amulet, and then you're constantly burning at such a rate that nothing can really kill you. Now, this is not a sensible plan or technique, and I should say that right now, but it is an interesting idea for how the mechanics of the game work. Unfortunately, you can't guarantee you're ever going to find those, and you can't ever guarantee that you're going to have them reflected back on you in such a way that you can set yourself on fire. So there's a couple of flaws with it as a general plan. It's not something you can just do willy-nilly. But it is an interesting idea.
Your defenses are nothing.
Right, seeing as we've got the shield column, we don't need to save our teleports. We can just like push right on into the middle of the group and go, hey! Like you guys. So burny, so burny. Half a shield pylon left, so plenty of time before we need to start watching what's happening around us. Let's go up this way this time, I think. Now the pylons do make a huge difference to your survivability in rifts. With a shield pylon we could probably do like half of any level grip. Well, maybe like up to 100 because we don't have like perfect gear. But in fact, probably closer to 75 because we don't have perfect gear. Yeah, the shield pylon has worn off. We do need to pay attention. Stop running around us. Bad doggo. Very bad doggo. Yeah. Damage output isn't enough to really be pushed up quite to that level yet, but it's enough that we would be able to get quite far along the way, I reckon. Let's put that point into resource cost reduction. In changing over our kit, we did lose a little bit of resource cost reduction, but Again, nothing really to worry about. Okay, Ascandiel. Ascandiel's dead. Before his first thing even appeared. 2 rings, some pants, and pain enhancer. I really hope one of these is the Halo of Arles. Right, which gem do we want to keep? Let's keep pushing Bane of the Trident. Come on. Curses, so we've still got 2 more to do on that.
I need to go back.
Well, it's relatively quick. We could run 1 more. Let's ID these very quickly. We'll put that point into movement speed. So we've got Depth Diggers, yay. Creed's Flame, interesting. Bulkathos Wedding Band, yeah. I was actually going to salvage those up, wasn't I? Well, Depth Diggers is kind of funny. In fact, as a Legacy of Nightmares set, that wouldn't be terrible for us to hold on to. So let's start actually building our Legacy of Nightmares plan. So the Legacy of Nightmares set that we're going to do is the Rimeheart one, of course. And there are some items that are needed. Frostburn is needed because it will freeze things quite happily. Depth Digger's not specifically needed, but they wouldn't be like unwarranted because those ones are ancient. So, right, salvage you, and we'll go straight back in.
Prove yourself
Good start. Good start. Elite right out the door. You died very quickly and easily. Some of these things are a little bit annoying, but they're not particularly scary. Mostly the annoying thing is when I try and move forwards and I end up tripping my pole, because that does eat our resources. Yeah, bogans. I don't mind bogans too much, even when they fling little mini bogans at us. Ow. That was quite painful in quite a very short space. I didn't actually see what it was that was hitting us, but I'm assuming it was like a ton of ranged shots. Aha! Surprise, everyone! Didn't expect to see me over here. Luckily, we're very good at running away. Very good at running away. We might need to take a pause to get back to some arcane power in a moment. Alright, that's good. Let's put that Garrigan point into attack speed. And who is next for the party? You guys over here. That's who. Colossal Gold Gorb. He got colossally gold. Okay, that barely worked, but it was still fun to say. Hey, another conduit.
coming, did you?
Make sure we don't get blown up by those, because we do want the orbs, so definitely heading in at some point. Yeah, Conduit's fine, it does reasonable amounts of damage, but without stuff being on fire, that's what increases our damage output. For my brother, when using the shadow set, oh yeah, it would have been all these the arrows. That was Yes, for my brother, he's in the Shadow set. When he has a melee weapon equipped, it increases all of his damage, which includes strikes. So some sets do have a natural advantage for things like that. Legacy of Nightmares is another one. Power plant, alright. Let's try and avoid too much elementals working on us. Making very good time though. Very good time. There's not much in the way of mobs around here. There we go. There's an unusable cluster. Get them all together, kill them in one go. And wizards are basically AoE kings as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, what have we got over here? Floor 4 of the Greater Rift, not one of my favourite areas. But if we're just passing through, then it probably won't be too bad. There's a lot of potential for ranged attacks to go all over the place in here, so we do need to be conscious of the mobs we're going up against. Whether they're likely to try and kill us at range or not. Guy's dead, 96%, yeah, cool. Try and get some more together, go through it faster. Don't knock me back when I'm trying to heal. Very bad. Rasty is dead. We had like next to no arcane power left there. Cool, a unique source. Maybe. No. I was thinking maybe we'll get a level 70 edge sigil, but we're not that lucky. Primordial Soul, that's not bad actually. It's one that would go well with Tower Rasher's set. Come on, I just need 2 of these. There's one. There's the second. So we get an aura that reduces the movement speed of enemies within 15 yards, so that the Bane of the Trapped is always taking effect. As for what we're going to put points into next, probably carry on with Bane of the Stricken actually.
I need to go back.
Let's go hand this in, and we'll do one final spot of gambling.
You're nice.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, so we've got 342.
I can't afford that.
Call to the Sherman, Jang's Envelopment. Well, I mean, it's nice to have them. It is nice to have them. Jang's Envelopment, we've already got one of. I know that. So let's salvage these up and we'll drop off what we're saving. So there's a Jang's Envelopment that can go. In fact, this Jang's Envelopment could go to here for now. Eventually it will be Hug Bash's Binding. There's no other way that we would want to run that. Call to the Sherma, this can stay. Blinds and slows. So that would actually make Bane of the Trapped affect stuff even at range. I think that's going to be more utility for us. So we'll use Call to the Sherma as well. And this goes in here. In fact, that can only go up to 150. And Pain Enhancer goes in here as well. Drop those off. Right. Primordial Soul. You can go down there. We've only got 16 Death Vests. We don't have enough to do any actual gambling. So I think I'm going to finish that episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this. It's been a fair amount of fun. And hopefully, as we push on more, we're going to get even more kit in the future. So if you are enjoying these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, if you do so, then you'll be notified when the new episodes go live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.